Hi, I'm Dionysios, the owner of BuyCompanyName.com. It can be a hard decision to choose a good and reliable hosting provider for your new website. I'll present you 28 questions, tips and tricks that will help you to choose the best web hosting company for your needs. Before I start with the tips, you can check my video description for what web hosting provider I currently use and why. I will also want to add that in the next tips I will use a lot the term server, which is just a specialized computer optimized mainly for storing websites. You can use it for other purposes too, but in our context let's keep it simple. So here are the tips I promise you. Tip number 1. Ask yourself what kind of site you will create. If you are planning to start a blog or a site that is associated with a newly created company, then your needs are limited. On the other hand, if you are an established company, you are planning to spend a lot of money for ads, or you are a celebrity, then you need to go for more expensive solutions. In that case, you probably expect a huge flow of traffic. Will your site include a lot of photos, products, graphics, or videos? Consider that these elements demand more resources, so probably you will need to choose some higher hosting plan. Tip number 2. How will you build your website? Will you assign to some web design firm, or will you use some popular software like WordPress that programming knowledge is not necessary? There is a chance that the web design firm might suggest to handle the technical part of the site and include hosting costs to their services too. If you decide to handle your website creation by your own, then you might want to check if your hosting provider offers software like WordPress or Joomla. Tip number 3. Does the web hosting provider have good reputation online? This is a very important step and you can't skip it. Don't blindly trust the first review you find online. Search more on forums, Facebook groups and other social media. When you have read enough, then you can make your own decision easier. Be skeptical when you see only excellent reviews and 5 out of 5 stars from a site. Every web hosting provider has positive and negative aspects. Tip number 4. Is it a hosting provider or a reseller? You should cross-check if you are dealing with a hosting provider directly or you are buying a hosting services from a reseller. The negative thing is that the reseller doesn't have a lot of control over the services he offers. He relies to the original hosting company. If any technical issue arises, you can't approach the support, but he needs to do it for you. So try to pick hosting providers that can solve your issues fast since they own the equipment and resources needed. Tip number 5. What types of hosting do they offer? Hosting providers usually offer shared hosting, VPS hosting, dedicated hosting, cloud hosting, and WordPress hosting. In short, shared hosting's meaning is that your site shares resources with other websites in the same server. VPS hosting's meaning is that your website is in the same server with other sites, but with the proper software used, you have dedicated part of resources, such as CPU, RAM, etc. Dedicated hosting's meaning is that the whole server is dedicated only for your site. Cloud hosting's meaning is that multiple servers cooperate to store your website. WordPress hosting's meaning is that all the settings are optimized to increase WordPress site's performance. Tip number 6. What kind of security measures they take? Hosting servers and website owners are the number 1 target for hackers. They always try to get access on servers or find the login details of a specific website. Your provider should have systems in place to be prepared for these attacks. Some measures that they can take is to detect malwares quickly and remove them, or preparing for distributed denial of service attacks. In that case, a hacker sends a massive fake flow of traffic to a website, so in some point the real visitor can't access the site or gets an error message. It should also encourage to use the best security practices, such as setting a 2-factor authenticator and changing your password every 6 months. Tip number 7. What resources each of their plan offers? For example, what is the maximum CPU, RAM and disk space you can use? They should offer an easy table that compares their plans based on the resources they offer. What bandwidth each plan allows. Bandwidth is the total exchange data allowed between website visitors and your site within a certain time frame. For example, if your site size is 100 kilobytes and 5 people visited within one day, then you consume 500 kilobytes of bandwidth. This metric is important since it will impact the number of online visitors your site can handle. If your site has a lot of images, videos, and graphics, will affect bandwidth usage a lot. Some hosting providers claim that they offer unlimited bandwidth, but this is not always true. Ask them if it's real unlimited or some limits are applied after all. Tip number 9. What is the average uptime? Uptime is the average time that hosting servers are working correctly and they are connected on the internet. If the servers have problems, then they'll affect your site. Your online visitors will receive errors or they'll not be able to see the site on their browser. The industry standards for uptime is 99.9%. Tip number 10. Do they offer free trial? The existence of free trial is a good sign. It means that your hosting provider is confident for its services. They believe that you'll be satisfied and you'll keep using them even after the trial period. During the free trial, you should test the host provider as much as you can in terms of support responsiveness, server uptime, and site speeds. Tip number 11. Do they offer 24/7 support? Customer support is so important for a website. Things can go wrong even in weekends or holidays. You want a support that responds within a short time frame and with technical knowledge. You need also to check what kind of support they offer. You should seek of both three ways: live chat, email, and phone. Tip number 12. What is the refund policy? Some hosting providers can refund your total amount of money spent if you are unhappy with the services. Usually it's possible within a certain time frame like 30 days. You should be aware that for some of their products, no refund is possible. Although they might offer refund for their hosting services, they might not do the same for a domain name or a SSL you bought from them. Tip number 13. What is the renewal price of their plans? Web hosting providers initially they offer a low price in the first term like first year and then they increase the price a lot for the next term. It should be clear what is the renewal price, and if not, you should contact with the sales or support department. There are many cases that they can charge you a significant amount of money compared with your starting cost. A lot of people are surprised with those charges, so it's better to know beforehand. Number 14. What is the location of their service? The location of the service, which we will store your website, are important for website speed. If the majority of your traffic comes mostly from a specific country or region, then ideally the service location should be there too. The difference in website speed might be only some milliseconds, but still can affect user experience slightly. Most of web hosting providers offer servers in different locations around the world and they offer you the chance to choose. Number 15. Do they offer free SSL? Having an SSL makes your site more secure. Sites that use SSL start with HTTPS and you can see a padlock on the left side of your browser bar. That way people trust more your site, especially if they'll use it for financial transactions. Google has also stated that they use the presence of SSL as a ranking factor. So even if you don't sell something in your site, you should have an SSL installed for your site. Most of web hosting providers offer a SSL for free for one or multiple websites. Some they charge per year or charge a one-time fee. Number 16. Do they offer a free domain name? Many web hosting providers offer for free 1 year registration for a new domain name. Usually you need to spend around $8 to $14 per year for your domain. This option saves you some money. The provider wants to keep you mostly as a long-term customer, that's why it offers you some freebies. Number 17. What is the renewal price for their domains? Even if the first year is free, hosting providers will probably charge you for the next years. Check their pricing page to find out what is the exact renewal cost. If you can find out the specific detail, try to reach out their sales or support staff. Number 18. Do they offer site backups? you can really mess up with your site's theme. As a result, your site can stop working properly. Often backups from your hosting provider can save this kind of situation. Although you can use some third-party solution to backup your site, it is a good practice that your hosting provider offers backups too. You should find out how often they backup your site, daily, weekly or monthly. Number 19. Can you easily upgrade or downgrade? If your site starts to receive a lot of web traffic, you'll need to upgrade to a more expensive plan. You should find out how easily you can move between the different plans of the same company without affecting your site's performance. That applies to if you want to downgrade if you purchase an expensive plan but you didn't receive the traffic you expected. Number 20. Do they offer dedicated IP? When you use a shared hosting plan, your site usually uses a common IP with other sites. If some other sites send a lot of spam emails or they are using shady tactics, they can affect you too. It is good to know if you can purchase a dedicated IP in good price, especially if you need to send and receive a lot of emails. Number 21. Do they offer free site transfer? If you have an existing website, you should be able to transfer it smoothly. Most of the web hosting providers will offer that service for free, but others will charge. You should know that detail beforehand. You should always confirm that there will be a minimum downtime for your new hosting provider should give you detailed instructions about the transfer so you do not make a crucial mistake. Number 22. How many websites can you create? It is good to know that if you are willing, you can host multiple websites by paying only for one plan. Most of hosting providers offer this option to their customers. Number 23. What are their payment options? The normal scenario here is that hosting providers offer all popular payments such as MasterCard, Visa, American Express and PayPal. Number 24. Do they offer popular CMS software? If you are not tech savvy, there are so many free solutions like WordPress that help you to build a great website. You don't need to know coding and you can actually have thousands of options for your site's interface and features. A good web host provider should offer most of the popular CMS, which means content management system. For example, I use WordPress for building my site. Number 25. Do they have cPanel or some easy interface? An easy interface, even for a total beginner, is a great feature that you can enjoy. Ask your hosting provider to show you how the interface looks like. All the options should be easily accessible and visible when you sign in. Take a look how cPanel looks like or an easy custom interface. Number 26. How many email accounts do they offer? Emails are an important aspect of a website, either for responding to your customers' questions or using for email marketing efforts. You should ask or find out how many email accounts you can create. You should also check what is the storage capacity they allocate to you for email usage. Emails don't require a lot of storage capacity, but it is always better to know your limitation. Number 27. What is the internet speed for the servers? Your hosting servers should be connected on super fast internet speed, like 1000 Mbps. Number 28. How many other sites are on the same server? If you purchase a shared hosting plan, your site will be stored in the same server with others. It is good to know how many sites this server stores currently. That's all from me. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my content. Check also in our video description to find out what hosting provider I currently suggest. Bye!